Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast, where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got James.
What's happening?
So anyways, just to get started, to let y'all know about us once again, I want to thank y'all for checking out the podcast. Make sure on your way in to make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell so you can get new episodes. Also, make sure to check out our Cliff channel. There we go. If you're looking at the screen here on YouTube, as you see, fit the description, this is our Cliff channel. We got 2 clips coming out every week, so make sure to subscribe and check that out if you want to get small portions. We also have a Patreon too that we're working on. If you want to check out any of that stuff, the links are down below. Also, remember, if you're listening to this on the audio version of the podcast, you're at a delay. So if you want to get the current episodes, make sure to go to OPN on YouTube. But other than that, I want to thank y'all, shout out to y'all, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. And you know what? Let's start off with Elon buying Twitter, because that one right there is pretty crazy and could change a lot of things. Me personally, I think it's a good thing, honestly. I mean, hold on, let me finish. I see there's issues with it, absolutely, and I can see that there's long-term issues with it, but I will say, over the years, I'm not really on Twitter like that, but I will say Twitter does tend to be, what's the best word? Polarizing in a way. Has a lot to say on our society. And just like I would say any social media platform, I feel like something has to be kind of done about it, in my personal opinion. Now, could there be issues, with it being a private company, one guy controlling what goes on Twitter, whatever? There could be a problem there. But it's one of those things where, I think about it, which problem would I rather deal with? And I don't know. I think as of right now, at least for the short term, it probably needs a little bit better leadership to kind of lead into the right direction, I would say. But I guess that's kind of like my kind of short-term feelings about it. But what about you, man? Like hearing Elon Musk bought Twitter for what was it? Was it 44, 46 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, man, what do you think about it? You think it's a good thing, bad thing? Ain't gonna change much? What do you think, man?
Well, I mean, don't really have too much to say about it. But I am kind of puzzled because I could have sworn Twitter was publicly traded right now.
It is. But when Elon Musk bought it, he's going to take it private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That pretty much means he can do whatever the hell he wants with it.
Pretty much, yes.
So, I mean, why would you see an issue with that?
What?
Him taking private.
Well, you just said it. He could do whatever he wants to do with it, And I'll be honest with you, I would say, Twitter is a very what is it called? I want to say it's kind of like a public square. Even though I think they said only like 2% of people are really on Twitter like that. But Twitter has a very large voice when it comes to, what goes on in this country, in this society. So to have one man have that much power over something and over speech and stuff like that, where it's kind of the public square. I mean, it's like they said before, like Elon Musk. I want to say I'm not sure if I'm getting this straight. But he does kind of have a history of kind of using Twitter to kind of manipulate things or get what he wants. I think if I remember right, I think he tried to pay somebody or try to get somebody off of Twitter for covering the story. I don't know if that was Elon Musk or somebody else, but and so like I said, don't quote me. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I read it. I read it a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where the story's at, but to kind of be able to have that one man having that much power to dictate a mass amount of populace, I don't ever think that's a good idea. I think there needs to be a governing body. I think that's the best way to go about it. But just seeing how Twitter is ran right now, in the short term, I'm not too mad about it, and I'm willing to give him a chance to see if he can kind of correct the mess that goes on Twitter.
Is he correcting? It's freedom of speech. It's a social media platform, dude.
I mean, how free can it get when people are being censored for saying certain things? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really free. And I'm not talking about bad things. I'm talking about just ideology differences.
Twitter is the one thing that I can look at that really isn't censored.
No, it can be.
Yeah, in certain situations, but as a whole, man, Twitter be putting some crazy shit on there.
So, and you also got to understand, it's kind of ground zero of a lot of people, kind of getting bullied and harassed online too. So,
online though, bro, what does that matter?
What
does that matter if I get bullied online? Does that mean I can't turn my phone on? I mean, I can't turn my computer on because
you see, the problem is that, okay,
people.
All right. Okay.
The problem is people can get bullied online.
Huh?
Problem is people can get bullied online.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I mean, I'm not for people being bullied online on any level. I don't think it's right. Like, yes, can they silence and block them? Yeah. But to me, it could kind of go a little too far, I mean, when you got wait a minute, how can I make this argument? Hold on. Okay, hold on, let me play that devil's advocate. How can I make this argument?
Make it good, bro.
I mean, so you gotta think about it like this, man. We live in a generation where like there's an entire, technically it's not my generation, but there's an entire generation that's like basically that's raised online, I mean, to the point where people can't even function without it. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard about the story about the one person who was like on a plane and they tried to take away, their iPad, whatever, and they freaked out,
Mm-hmm.
So, and what I'm saying, like online practices, it really, to me, does something. No, you gotta understand. The thing about with Twitter is that, like, I don't know if you heard, but a lot of people have gotten fired because of Twitter. A lot of people have lost their job over Twitter because, they said something, people don't like what they said, they'll find their boss, they'll find an address, people have been doxxed over it, so it puts a lot of people in danger. So to sit down and just like let it go clear and not regulate this kind of stuff, and maybe that should be more of a law thing. I mean, I think something needs to be done, and also like just in my findings and looking at it, like there's a lot of people that I've seen like kind of get banned for things where it's like just kind of more like a different point of view instead of like a actual like heinous thing. Like I'm totally cool with banning people over the heinous stuff they say. So like if you're talking about like, I don't know, like murder or death threats, whatever, then yeah, get rid of that, But when you're talking about just somebody just having a different opinion from me and you're just gonna block and kind of like reframe it in a way that's like, well, it makes him look worse than what he is, I'm kind of against that,
Bro, I've seen somebody literally get murdered on Twitter.
Yes, and that's something we need to regulate, absolutely.
But why? Freedom of speech.
Doesn't matter. I don't think it should. I put it like this. It's kind of like what they started doing on Facebook that I like. I feel like they should do it everywhere. Where like if it's something that heinous, I think it should be behind like a block, especially because you got kids on there or people have kids, and then they could just sit there and say, what's it called? Like, I don't know, this could be disturbing to y'all, so click on it if you want to see it. But
they do that.
Oh, do they do that?
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, and then so then at that point, I don't really mind, but I don't think it should just be put up on there. I don't think people should just be banned or censored for just having a different viewpoint,
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
and I also don't like the fact that people could go in and you understand, like they said, like most politicians and stuff, they use Twitter to talk to a lot of people in society, which I think is a kind of like in my personal opinion, it's kind of the worst place. I think it's an echo chamber, and to get your views on society from Twitter, I think it's like kind of like one of the worst places to get your views from, especially since like Twitter, you can't like it's like it's not made for like full conversation. It's made to say a couple of sentences, which even back in the day when I was younger and I was watching it, some of those things could be totally misconstrued on what they were trying to say.
mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, you're sitting here saying, well, I don't think people should be bullied. But in actuality, it's a social media, bro. Like when you were younger,
Mm-hmm.
your parents told you only way to stop bullies is to go head on.
Yeah.
So sometimes those people would get beat up because that bully was about that life. Sometimes they wouldn't. And the bully would back down and everybody would be happy and yada yada yada. But that was a bully that was face to face with you.
Yeah.
You're talking about a computer screen.
Yeah.
It's different if that person knows you and like it's literally like, okay, homeboys can come to my house and fight me or whatever, but you're talking about random people. Somebody that had that much control over me that I can't just be like, I'm not gonna go on here. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you don't think that might actually like mentally affect somebody, especially to get it time and time and time again?
How are you gonna get it time and time again if I'm not on there?
Yeah, but like I said, man, some people like they live their lives on it. Like, so we're not living in a time like we were in like, well, in your time, like the '90s or me early 2000s. We're living into like these kids are dealing with an entirely different situation where they grew up with it. So so
Okay.
so to me, they can't even.
Well, do anything. You do understand they still have to function in society, right? You can't just live your life on Twitter.
Yeah, but I feel like Twitter has become more of an aspect of people's lives than what it used to be.
Doesn't matter. You still can't live your life on Twitter.
Yeah, but it's an aspect of your life now.
But you still can't live your complete life on Twitter.
But I don't. But see, that's the thing where I don't think you understand that it's actually now like I think tied to a lot of people's lives. This is how people communicate.
Really? Think
Yes.
about it, dude. Okay. But in the world of everybody saying so much confidence is extruding with people and their body confidence and their gender confidence and all of this certain things, blah, blah, blah. Now all of a sudden you can get taken down by a computer screen by some random person you don't know that you're trying to gain acceptance from for some weird reason.
Dude, there are people literally because of online that have gotten fired from their jobs because of Twitter.
Yes, but that's different. Like I told my nephews when they got hired at their new jobs, you do understand if you read your contracts, a lot of those companies are putting morality clauses in them, right? Because you put yourself as a representative for that company and then you'll go in there and be like, I hate whatever, or I don't like blah, blah, blah. Even though you're like, that's my opinion, it's still you're looked at as a representative of that company. And to somebody who is the easiest way to get to them is to cause trouble at your job. So yeah, you can lose your job, but it's not like hire like a police officers. They've been doing that forever. You understand to get hired in most police precincts, they have to give an interview to your neighbors
No, I didn't know that.
as well as check all your social media accounts.
I mean, I know some jobs do that where they had to check their social media accounts and stuff. I totally get that.
Yes, but police officers and not even full on cops. Like if you're administrative for cops, depending on where you get put, most of the time they want to go check out your neighborhood, see where you taught. They do, and then before the social media thing, they were doing credit checks.
Yes,
If you
I
work
remember
for the
that.
bank, you can't have bad credit. You
Yes,
may steal money.
yes.
So why wouldn't it go if you're saying, oh man, Twitter and social media handles are just the new handle of your life? Why wouldn't people say, okay, if this is your life and how you're living it, then we need to make sure you're living it and that wouldn't jeopardize the future of this company.
So I get it in the sense if you are actually representing a company. I totally do not understand. And I've been like this since I was young. I totally disagree with it 110%. Where if you're not representing your company and you're just a person on your own, like like I've always felt like social media and who you are as a person should be disconnected. Now, if you put it in there like you work with a company and you say you're with the company, then yes, you're representing a company, and then at that point they should have control. But if you're representing yourself and don't show that you have any ties to a company, then I think, in my personal opinion, is totally unfair for a job to judge you what you do off the job than on the job, unless
Really, really.
unless 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 and I'll
Oh,
give you this much.
keep going. Hurry up. How
I'll
many
give
more
you
you got?
I'll give you this much. Unless it's something heinous, then yes, that makes sense. Like
Nope,
if you're with a
bro.
terrorist
You
organization.
tell that. You telling me how many um how many people who truly do live their life as a social media presence
Mhm.
don't take pictures of themselves at work?
Okay.
That is you
But
representing the
but
company.
but then you could literally put a policy in there saying, "Hey, do not represent us. Don't put picture of yourself at work, and then we won't have
Some
any control."
companies do that, but other
And I'm
companies
for
are
that.
like they don't want to. Some companies are like they don't want to hinder you. They just don't want you to be a person who does things that jeopardize the company.
I agree with that, but I also agree more with what you said with the first one, where it does say it's like if you work with a company, you can't take pictures or put it on social media. I totally agree with that, and I think that's the best way for a company to defend themselves from social media and attachment from certain people saying negative things about the company.
So, but that's just it. They don't have to say anything negative about the company. That's your issue. Like you're like, oh yeah, so yeah, if they say something
Okay,
negative, no,
well,
they
negatively
could just say
representing the company.
something completely out of the pocket. And the company's like, we don't have you. You know how many times companies have to get on TV and give statements about we do not represent what this person does, stands for, or this is this person's views and not ours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I think the problem is that people don't respect people's individuality.
But it's still, yeah, they're not because people aren't individuals anymore. They're a bunch of little followers.
What?
People are a bunch of little followers. The
Okay.
world is dictated on social media trends
Okay.
and fads.
Okay.
So how can you say someone's an individual if that's what they live their life on?
Yeah, but doesn't mean they don't have their own individual thoughts or their own individual ideals.
What did I just say? You're basically just contradicting my statement and trying to prove a point. How does that work?
I mean, all I'm saying is, I mean, I get what you're saying, where everybody's followers and stuff. I get that, but you act like people don't have their own thoughts on the situation, even though like people could look at the trend and say, yeah, I agree, but then people could sit there and say, well, I totally disagree with that statement for whatever reason that they have. People are still
Okay,
individuals, even if they
that's
do follow
great.
the same thing.
That's 100% amazing. But if you're sitting there telling me that my life is dictated off of some rando online, and it just ruins my life if they tell me something, but I'm an individual who makes my own opinions about everything, and I can just live my life the way I want to. How does that work? Yeah, I'm waiting. Boom, boom,
I mean,
boom.
well, I think I just said it where I said people still can think differently, even though they could follow a trend, but still think differently and go about it in different
I
ways. You
didn't
got,
say anything about a trend. I said if somebody states that they don't that they disagree with you and they have an issue and a problem with you,
yeah.
but you take that to heart instead of just being like, "Well, I agree to disagree." How does that make you an individual? That makes
Okay.
you a follower. If you have to take to heart these people's opinions about you, how does that make you an individual who can just beat by your own drum?
Okay, F it. Let me go this route then.
Oh, now you got to change the direction. Okay, no, let's see, because you're still gonna lose this fight.
So, and I may be going deep, but let me see if I can find that article. Can you just give me 1 second? I want to see if I can find this article real quick. So okay. So one of the things I've always talked about, and my bad, I was trying to find the study. This one isn't really giving me the information I want. So I'll just have to take this by memory because I actually had study. But we're looking at looking at like the mental health of this country. One thing I can honestly say, at least from my findings, from what I found, was, to me, it seems like the mental health of this country is in decline.
What does that have to do with anything?
So when you sat there and talked about, sorry about that, when you sat there and talked about, okay, so when you sat there and you talked about, like people taking this to heart, that's literally what you said. Well, you also talked about, people, like I said, mental health is in decline. Are you saying that we should not take that into consideration on how we deal with people, especially when the youth mental health is on decline?
What does that have to do with anything? Are you going to start banning people with mental health issues off social media?
That's not what I'm saying, but I think we need to be more inconsiderate. I think we need to be considerate.
How do I know if you have mental health issues or not? So now I have to regulate who I'm. What if you have mental health issues? And right now I'm pushing you over the edge by disagreeing with you and telling you you're incorrect.
Yeah, but then, like I said, if I tell you that, I think you should just be more understanding of it.
Okay, so you want me to segregate you once you tell me that?
It's not about segregation; it's about understanding.
Okay. Well, what would understanding be? Not telling you the truth because it'll hurt your feelings?
I want to say not telling the truth. I think that's incorrect. I think it's just more of, being kind of light about it, and just like, coming from a place of trying to understand where they're coming from and be able to talk to them from a place of understanding. And yeah, like when it comes to social media, I think we do need to understand that, hey, with mental health maybe in decline, maybe some of these people may have some issues, and maybe we should do something to maybe, maybe like do a better vetting of people.
Exactly. So you want me to screen people I talk to now for mental health issues?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You literally just said maybe you should vet people better.
Well, I'm not saying you, but maybe like maybe in a
You're
way.
giving a generalized statement, so it's not just me, it's everybody.
Yes.
So yeah, you're saying that you should just screen people you talk to make sure they don't have mental health issues. So you're basically segregating people with mental health issues.
Of course, I'm not segregating them. I'm actually, to me, what I believe is that we should bring them more into society.
Oh, so you want the people who have mental health issues to now be put in front of everybody and stared at?
No, not in the front, but on the same level as everybody. People should not be demonized for the issue.
Oh, so I should just treat them like everybody else
with understanding.
So not treat them like anybody else. I'm trying to figure out how I need to treat these people, because now you're giving them leprosy or something. Very interesting.
All I'm saying is that we need to be understanding. I think we need to be understanding people's problems, and we should move accordingly with that, especially on social media, where small things could really affect
kid gloves. Kid gloves on social media at that. So I don't really even know you, But now I have to really, as you said, vet who I associate with on social media to make sure none of the thousands of followers you are have mental health issues.
Yes, I think you do need to somehow go through a
So
process.
again, you're segregating people.
I am not segregating people.
You sure? What would you call it besides vetting? Because all that means is you're screening them and
No,
not
but
dealing with them.
what? No, it's not about not dealing with it. Like I said, you don't. It's not that you don't have to deal with it. It's just that you kind of know what they are, and then you're just more understanding to the situation, and you don't have to go. You know, you could be a little bit more understanding. That's probably what I would say. Understanding.
Mm. So you got to change the way you deal with them.
Yes, I would say yeah. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, you know the funniest thing? I had a conversation with a lady the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very interesting conversation, and it was actually along these lines.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to her, just asking her how her day was, because I do that to people randomly just to see how people's day was, because that's something that people don't do anymore. You know, you can talk to a stranger and be like, "Oh, how's your day today? Oh, cool, cool." And the person said, not not good. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, why not?" They basically told me they were suffering from depression. And I was like, "Oh man, that's not good." And they were like, "Yeah, well, the thing is, everybody goes through it. So I wish people would just stop trying to, like, I forgot what the exact words were, but they're basically like, I wish people would stop feeling sorry for me because everybody goes through depression and I'll just get over it, eventually." Now, granted, she doesn't speak for everybody with depression, but the fact that she said that to me, I was like, okay, right, I mean, she was like, it's cool that you seem concerned, but it just happens, and it's my thing to get over. That was a person talking to me about their individuality, and we just had a great conversation, and we left it at that. Now, from what you're saying, if I would have vetted that person, it would been like, okay, you gotta stay away from me.
Well, no, I mean you did it right. You talked to her, you understood, and you.
I didn't kid glove her. That's the thing that she didn't want. She doesn't want to be treated like somebody. Just she wants to be treated like everybody else. Just because she got some stuff to get over, that's it. That's it. It's her stuff to get over. It's not for me to be like, oh, what was me? Let me help you out. That doesn't mean I treat her like crap, but that also doesn't mean that I have to adjust the way I handle and talk to people because all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, this chick is got whatever. But the way society is right now, they have people so wound up about everything. Don't offend you. Don't do this. Don't blah blah blah. Like, come on, man. Like anytime you talk to somebody now, you have to first interview them before actually speaking to them. And then you have to tailor the way you speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. And that doesn't help anybody.
Okay, well, since you said it doesn't help anybody, then what helps everybody then?
If I know. Again, from the people I talk to, they just say they want to get treated like a normal person. Think about it like this. When you're a baby, you're spoon fed, right?
Yes.
Because you really can't fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Are you spoon fed now?
No, of course not.
No, you learn how to eat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say it the same way. If people are always spoon fed and coddled and all of that, are they ever going to learn how to fend for themselves?
Okay. That makes sense. But that's why we're changing society to be understanding to those people and so they can live a more normal life. That's why there's
Really?
consideration.
But what is a normal life? If you're changing society for them, how is that a normal life?
Because you're bringing them up into
You're not
normalcy.
bringing them into anything. You're telling people don't, hurt this person or this and that. I mean, come on now. And I'm not saying to generalize it, because sometimes, yeah, people may be suffering for something, but it's an individual thing. You can't generalize it.
Just how I think about the subjects. I think that we should still try to be understanding, do what we can for people.
Exactly. That's how you feel about it. Now go on Twitter and see how everybody else feels about it. Social media is some of the most negative things because people honestly don't care. Some people use it as fun. Some people use it as a fantasy. But you could run into somebody who really takes all of that to heart. Tough break, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think we should do what we can, man. I think we need to make sure that we're a lot more understanding. We should try to be understanding people as best we can, and however people feel about it, they can feel about it. But we should at least try to do things to help people to be part of this society.
Yeah, that's great. But you're not literally trying to change society so that it's okay. How you started this was, look, man, we need to make sure. But that's again half of, or I don't even know if half, I don't know the ratio of people, but quite a few of those people probably just want to be normal, and they'll figure it out. But if you generalize it, well, then you're going to put them in the same category. That's not constructive for anybody.
I guess, man. I guess.
There's a reason older people are always saying these young people need to toughen up, because over the years everything's gotten super sensitive and politically correct. Goes back to, Twitter. Twitter is a fantasy land, bro. It's like the Sims.
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay.
By all means, this isn't going to be solved right now. You're going to leave this and just be like, man, well, you're still going to do whatever you want to do. Individuals usually do that. They understand somebody's point, and like I said, they can agree to disagree, and then they keep moving. The problem is when you get a lot of people that are like, oh, well, social media said it, so that's law. Shun this person or do this or do that.
All right, man. I mean, I'll just gotta let that one go, man.
I told you at the beginning you weren't gonna win that one. I mean, you can't even rebuttal.
I don't know, man. I just there just need to be a little bit more thought put into it, but I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Go ahead, you think about it, bro, and then you give it to Keith or somebody else on the panel and see what they tell you.
All right. Well, then that's fine, man. Well, let me pause this for 1 second, and then we'll come back with the next topic. And we're back with the next topic. Now okay, you know what? My fault. Before we move on, so at the end of the day, Elon Musk buying Twitter overall, just to kind of end it. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I don't. Rich people buy a lot of expensive things, I guess. It's not really gonna make or break me. I mean, if you really want the honest truth about it, I don't have a Twitter account.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I mean,
all right, fair enough. Okay,
he'll never censor me, Batman.
Fair enough. All right, so I guess on to the next topic. Have you been keeping up with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case at all on any level?
Not at all, bro. Not at all.
Man, you haven't heard
I
nothing?
heard something about some feet or some doo-doo in the bed or some crazy crap. Bro, I'm not. Again, it's celebrity news for me is really tough because everybody gets divorced. Well, not everybody, but lots of people get divorced every day. I have way worse divorce stories from homeboys who are just on the street than that one.
But and I'll tell you like this. It goes back to, you know, so I made a point about the Will Smith situation, which makes a lot of sense. Where they said, like how you were talking, that was me. I ran up, blah blah blah. That don't mean shit. That's cool, and you even said it based on normal people.
Exactly.
But the thing is, they're not normal people. They don't live like us. So when that happened for them, that was super shocking. It was like, oh my God. That, I mean, you heard the reports. Oh, it bothered me so much. I can't believe that happened. You know, it was all, we're all shooken up. We're appalled because I think the one thing that we had to understand is that they don't live like us, man. I mean, as much as they want to try to act like that they do, I'm not saying they're not human. What I am saying is that the world they live in, and like I said, you live in California as long as I have, probably technically longer. Technically longer, and I'm sure you know Hollywood is a very different place. If you ever get into Hollywood, not just walk around and visit, but if you ever even get to see Hollywood at least once in your life, you know Hollywood's a different place. It's not like us. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, to us, like guys like me, it's like, you know, I could look at that situation like that's why I could say like okay, yeah, that's not the place to do it because yeah, like to people like here's the thing I say. What is the one thing that what people with money that the majority of people with money really care about? What's the big reason? What's one big reason why they have money? What's one big reason to have money?
To have money?
Yeah, like to have a lot of money. What's just one big reason?
Well, that's a big reason to have money. I mean,
Bobby, for what purpose?
To spend it.
Yes, I mean, but I'm talking
okay,
about.
You're baiting me into something here. What is it going to be? Because everybody that listens to this knows what money is and knows why you would want money.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. To have a lot of money. Cool. All right, bet.
But what I'm saying, my question was like, what comes with that?
What comes with having money? Oh yes. God, are you gonna start quoting Biggie? Are you really gonna start doing that, bro?
No, but
you sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Because if you come up with more money, more problems, dog, I'm going to disconnect.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Yes, you were. What comes along with having more money? Okay. Yep.
No, it wasn't. No, it's not more problem. What I'm saying is one of the reasons why people want to have money. What comes with it? What people want is that feeling of safety. You know what I'm saying? So when Will Smith did what he did, that broke that barrier of safety amongst Hollywood.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Oh God. Okay.
Remember, I keep trying to tell you, it's not like us.
So basically, that video I sent to that guy making fun of it, where he just started smacking everybody in the audience, is true. That's what everybody in the audience felt. Tomorrow, Will Smith could smack me. Is Will Smith the new boogeyman? You wake up in a cold sweat because you feel like that dude's gonna come out and smack you for talking about his wife.
I mean, are we talking about personally or okay? Okay,
you can talk about it any way you want, dude.
No.
One man who said something about another man's wife he didn't like, so he smacked him.
No, I get that.
But now you're telling me rich people are scared or celebrities are scared because with that money becomes security that says they're untouchable. But if you have money, you can just hire a fucking bodyguard.
Yeah, but that is really what money is. It makes you untouchable. It's one of the reasons why you hear.
I don't know about.
I'm not. No.
It makes you a target.
Hold on. No. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that it makes you untouchable. That's incorrect. That's not what I'm saying.
Dude just said that, right?
No, that's what I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. It gives you the feeling of safety, not makes you untouchable.
Yeah, false sense of safety, and most of the time it makes you a target, bro. I'm telling you. Most people don't feel safe with money. They feel like they're a target.
I'm not
saying that. That's why
they
spend money depending on how much money they have. That's why they give money away for security for them and their family. And that's why they do all these extra measures to make sure they're safe, because having the money doesn't make them feel safe. Having the money gives them the option of buying the crap they want. Are you
No,
high right now? Is that really your statement? Making money gives you safety.
that's not what I said.
What did you just say? It gives you a safety.
It gives you a sense. I didn't say that's what it is. That's
Okay,
incorrect.
but it doesn't. It never has. Everybody that makes money understands the jealousy that comes with it. You don't rob broke people. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Broke people get robbed all the time.
For what? They don't have anything.
Man, people say they still get robbed. I've got fucking held up at one point because somebody tried to rob me when I had no money on me.
What'd they get from you?
Nothing.
Exactly. So you didn't get robbed.
Doesn't mean they didn't try to.
Did you get robbed?
There was nothing to rob.
Exactly. Do broke people get robbed is what I said. No. You have nothing. What are they gonna do? Gonna rob you for training?
They're gonna try it to see if they can get something.
So basically you were a practice robbery.
I mean, if you want to call that.
You were the pre-SAT right there.
Sure, why not?
Just for fun.
Sure, why not?
You got robbed like Chuck E. Cheese, homie.
Sure, why
not? The fun place. Exactly. You did not get robbed because they ain't getting nothing from you.
But that's not my point.
That's great. Your point is invalid if you don't get. It's rob rich people. You look like you had money, so you got robbed. Nobody robs a broke person. If you look broke, then nobody's gonna whatever. Keep walking, homie.
No, that's not true.
So you telling me you got a network of homies you know that rob broke people?
It's not really a network. I'm just saying it happens.
And again, what do they get when they rob them?
I'm not saying they get anything.
Yeah, because they ain't get anything. These people are broke.
But what I'm saying, it's not like it doesn't happen. You cannot.
Are they robbing people for debt now?
All I'm saying is you cannot tell me that
I'm gonna rob you for credit card debt.
You cannot tell me
child support payments.
You cannot tell me, especially with your past, that you did not see people get held up at gunpoint and they tried to take their shit. And they tried to take their shit.
Yeah, and they were people that had money. The conversation goes, "Hey, bro, look what that dude's wearing. Yeah, he got some money on him. Let's get him."
No, he looked like he got money.
Exactly.
Yeah, that I agree with.
But they will purposely go stake out places where they know people will be carrying something of value.
Yes, but that's not. But I'm saying that's not all the time. There are that when you walk down the street, people come up and say, "Oh man, hey man, give me your shit," and you may not got
because you look like you own something. They don't rob poor people. So you mean to tell me again? There's people that go, "Hey man, look, that dude don't look like he got nothing. Let's go get him."
I'll give you that. I'm not saying they're going to rob a bum off the street. But yes, if you look like you got something, even a little bit, yes, we'll rob your ass. Even if you're poor, if you look like you may have something, yes, that would happen. And that's all I'm saying. That happens all the time.
But to rob you means that they have to take something from you.
I get what you're saying, but doesn't mean you don't get stuck up and they find you. Like what happened to me. A dude came to me, put a gun in my face and give me your shit. I ain't got nothing on me. Like, let me see your shit. Pull out my pockets. I'm like, I ain't got on me. He saw me, he looked down, he put his gun down and ran away.
So you didn't get robbed.
That's not the point.
So your pockets got checked, but you didn't have nothing. That's not the point. What's the point then? You're sitting there telling me about, oh yeah, man, people get robbed all the time when they broke. But that's impossible because if you broke, you got nothing.
No, but that doesn't mean you don't get stuck up. Ugh.
Yeah, that's not a robbery. Because they don't get nothing from you.
Does not mean you did.
Lord.
Like I said, because you're totally missing the point.
There's no point to it, bro. You get robbed, you get robbed. Okay, if you don't have anything, 9 times out of 10, they not gonna press you. You telling me one story. People that have money after that story where they actually get robbed, they go hire security. They go hire They go buy stuff that makes sure they don't get hit again. Did you
Yes.
go do any of that stuff? No.
No.
You don't have no money.
Yes.
So what's the point, bro? You didn't get robbed.
See, I think you're taking it too literal.
No, yeah, robbery is literal. Somebody says, give me what you have, and you give it to them. That's robbery.
Yes.
What do you want me to do? Take it theoretically? Well, the scientist studies say
It's not
that
even about
robbery is
it's not
actually
about
a
it's not
trajectory
even
of your parents'
it's not
upbringing
even
on
that.
people.
No, that's
If
because
that's the case, if I need to take it,
because you're
not literal, if I need to take it in a more theoretical sense, then Uncle Sam robs my every year.
well, I mean, I agree with that, but that's not the point.
The stores rob me for tax.
That's not
The
the
sales
point.
and tax use business robs me every quarter.
But that's not the point either. That's not the point.
How is that not the point?
Because
So can I call the police on all these people?
You should be able to. That's not the point. Like I said,
they don't do no kind of sales work at my shop, man. But I still hand them over money every quarter.
That's still not the point.
Man, you got all these crazy points, bro. That don't mean
because that's what I'm saying.
Taking what you're saying literal. Okay, my bad.
No. I just no.
Let me go read some Aesop's fables.
Too literal. You're taking it too literal. Because all I'm saying, just at the point of well, like yes, what or like.
I'm sorry, I didn't know had Greek mythology in these situations, but okay, fine. We go read some Zeus and some shit, and I'll get back to you on that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you still get sticked up because like you look like you got something on you. You could be poor, but will still put a gun in your face and try to rob you. And finally ain't got shit. And be like, what the fuck, nigga? And then maybe let you on your way, maybe beat you up, rough you up, or maybe just run away. But like I said, if you look like you got something, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That happens everywhere. My major point is the fact of the reason why you have money is that one of the reasons I don't care how you get it. Is that you one of the things you're paying for is that feeling of safety. I didn't say you're safe. I said that feeling of safety. Why do you think people when they make money they move out the hood? Not everybody, but a lot of guys do.
Smart ones.
Yeah. But they go to places where they can feel safe. That's what I'm saying. It's about the idea of safety. I didn't necessarily say that they can track them down. That's not what I'm saying. The point of having money is to pay for the feeling of safety. However you obtain that feeling of safety is what it is. So when you're in a place like that, in a situation where like you guys say a lot of these people didn't grow up where you and I grew up on any level. So that they're not like that's probably some of those people are probably the most actually ever seen in their life. Some of them, at least on that in that way. My point being is that you got to understand. I'm like you're not dealing with people that deal with life like we deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that big huge slap had a lot of deeper consequences. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is I'm not trying to sit there because that's what I'm saying. You're taking it too literally. That's what I'm saying. You're taking it way too literally where you're like, Rob, took up all the time. Yes, of course. We all know that. It's just like when people, it's the same feeling when you have a lock on your door, like somebody can't break through your window. It's the
what's this got to do with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
Well, I mean, I think we kind of switched topics because we didn't even get into it. But no, what you were saying was that's why I said we kind of switched topics. What you were saying was what's kind of like you don't care about celebrity, and you're like, well, I know a whole bunch of people who have worse situation. I did too, but my point was saying was, yeah, but this is the reason why it's so big is because Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and this is a really, really big court case. And they're celebrities. That's why it matters so much. That's why they care so much. And I'm saying this like by celebrity culture, Like things like this hit and are a lot bigger than what they probably normally are to guys like, I mean, guys who pretty much see this go down all the time. You know, they're not used to seeing it, especially something like this. I don't get me wrong, I had a bigger point why I brought up the case, but I'm just saying we went off topic.
Yeah, okay.
My whole entire point is it's just this simple. It's that I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is that just because you see things like that through your life and your experience, we don't all live through life with the same experiences, and we have to understand that.
Huh. Yeah, because we're all individuals, right?
It was not even just about individuals, it's also where we grew up. It's also what we grew up around. That changed a lot
Yeah,
of
because
things
we're
too.
all individuals.
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to prove a point from earlier. But anyway, you do understand that all this crap is going on as the world is starting to really go to. But
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
definitely.
I totally understand the world going to shit. I mean, if you want to talk about that, I have no problem talking about the world going to shit. That is a very fun conversation I've been
We
looking
just
into.
spent 2 hours talking about, like whatever.
Well, hold on. No, we have not spent 2 hours. I've been timing it.
Yeah, we have.
No, we haven't. I'm looking at the time right now.
I logged in here. I'm looking at the time too, bro. I got here at 5.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes to 7.
Yeah. But either way, let's keep moving before I don't want to get distracted with that.
Hip
I could.
hop.
I'm just
It's not
saying.
even a black thing anymore. Hip hop is, oh gosh. You are so fixated on this whole racial thing. It's not. Told you guys before, man. Some of the biggest consumers of hip hop aren't black.
That is true.
So how's it going to be a black thing?
Because it is a black thing. Are you telling me hip hop's not a black thing?
I mean, again, how can you say it's a black thing?
What do you mean? How can I not? It was built by it's built by black and black culture. Of course, it's a black thing.
Right, but who's the biggest consumer of it?
Bigger consumer has nothing to do with what it is.
Are you sure about that?
Positive about that.
Interesting.
What do you mean? What's into? No. Let's have this one. I can have fun with this one.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's definitely. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'll have fun. Like, no, I can have fun with this one because I'm trying to.
Like you said, you right. You right, bro. No matter what, that's black people stuff.
What you were just saying just now was you just said hip hop's not black people stuff because the largest consumer is white, correct?
The biggest consumers of it. I didn't say they were white. I just said who are the biggest consumers, not black. The culture of it. Oh yeah, it's immersed in black culture. But is it a black thing? I don't know. I mean, I listen to a lot of country music. Does that mean I listen to white people stuff?
Yes.
But there's black country stars.
Exactly. But but the base of the country was built off of whites.
I just feel it's music. See, this is what it leads back to what I was saying earlier about, oh man, what social media and society is going to tell you, you're not going to follow. No, I mean, I don't think country's white people music. I think it's just music. Is the culture of it based in a lot of white people stuff? Sure. Hip hop, bunch of black people stuff? Sure. But over the years, it all kind of dissolves into just music.
Yeah, but I think you said it best. The culture is what makes it what it is.
But I wasn't talking about the culture. I said, so you think hip hop's black people music? Yes, it is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say about the culture. Now, again, if you say, oh, it's immersed in black culture, that is true to a certain extent. But there's several white rappers now
Yes, but
that
the
have
foundation,
made pretty good names
but
for
I go back,
themselves.
but I go back to the foundation. The foundation of this music was built and placed upon the African American culture. So it is Black people's music. You cannot say it's not.
Oh, so live in the past then, bro. If that's the case,
It's not even living in the past. It's just what it is.
live in the past then, bro. That's it. When did hip hop start?
Was it 19? Was it 85? Well, it was 84, 85.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a little earlier than that, but
Was
okay,
it?
let's say that. Let's just say the 80s.
Yes.
I mean, pretty sure it was started before that, but let's
I
say the
agree with you.
80s.
I agree with you. I agree.
Let's say the 80s. So you want to keep your life in the dark because of the 80s. That's a long time from here, bro.
What are you talking about? Keep my life in the dark. There's nothing about to keep my life in the dark at all.
You're like, I'm just going off the basis of it.
I'm
The
going on
basis of it
what the core
XYZ.
was. That's where it birthed from.
Okay. But that's not where it is now.
Just what are you talking about? The majority of the artists are Black.
Okay.
Well, I should say the majority of the bigger name artists.
I'm about to say, yeah, you really want to look at that?
Yeah, the majority of the bigger name artists are Black.
Oh, so the mainstream.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And still
so you want
dominate.
to, but even though it's funny because hip hop was started on an underground, not a mainstream.
Everything was started underground. What today was not started underground?
What you call it? String quartets.
Wait, what?
String quartets.
What the hell is that?
Damn. And that's the problem. People want to be like, nah, bump that. You don't like, I'm a dude who will listen to any music because music interests me. I don't live my life in a whole I'm hip hop head, yada yada yada. Do I like hip hop? Do I like rap? Yes, it's great. But do I listen to other things? Sure. Do I listen to classical music? Of course. Do I listen to string quartets? Of course. Have I listened to country? Have I listened to jazz? Have I listened to bluegrass? Have I listened to rave and alternative music? Because at the end of the day, it's music. I don't segregate my life to listening to one thing and then trying to defend it. I could give it less because at the end of the day, like I've said on this podcast many times, it's not like I get paid off of hip hop. I don't need to fight for these dudes. They make millions of dollars. Like you just said, Johnny Depp worth $100 million. He lost $160 million. If you lost $160 million, you would commit suicide. That was it for you, bro.
But that's kind of what I mean. Even like, hey, I listen to all kinds of music too. I listen to rock. I listen to rap. I listen to, like, what you call bluegrass. I don't really listen to country. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of country. Jazz. Grew up with that. All kinds of. I mean, like you say, anime music. But the thing is, I still understand and give respect to the foundation where it comes from. Like for example, like reggae. I mean, I don't really listen to reggae. Okay, man. Like what's it? What's the music called? Mariachi music, whatever. That's what it's called. Yeah, that music is it's music that was based in Mexico. Just because I listen to it, I may like it. Does not mean I'm going to be forgive for or not understand or respect the core and where it comes from, where the music was birthed from.
So you know where that music was birthed from.
I have an idea.
So you don't know.
I don't know the full history of it because I'll be on 110% honest with you. I don't really listen to it like.
Because if you say Mexican music, well then shit, what kind of Mexican? There's lots of different versions of it.
Agreed. And I'll be honest, I'm not that well
versed. But then you say, as far as like hip hop and stuff, you respect the heritage and the culture of it. But is hip hop really the heritage of it? Is it, or is it just a spinoff of something else?
What would hip hop be a spinoff from?
I mean, that will probably be something for you to research. I don't want to.
Yeah, because
I don't want to give away the ending to the story, but you should probably take a look at it. It's interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't hear, from my understanding, from what I've heard about the history, was basically it was from DJing, where they were DJing and somebody what you do, they actually scratch the disc, and then they heard the sound like, oh, this is pretty tight, or they were like, what was it? They would break songs or whatever.
I would suggest you do research on that one.
So, remind you, I have done research. It's just been a long time since I've listened to it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe you should brush up on that.
But my whole entire point is oh.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All I'm saying is this, man. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not, and that has nothing to do with me putting myself in a hole, or like it had nothing to do with me putting myself in a hole at all.
Nope,
like I
never
listen
said
all,
that. Never
you kinda
said
did.
that.
You kind of did. Actually did.
No, I didn't. I didn't say I put you in a hole.
What did you? What exactly did you say? So I'm on the same page.
What do you mean? I didn't say. I just said you may want to research that.
No, I'm talking about earlier. I didn't say right now.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I'll just get to my point. All I'm saying is this: is that I'll still go ahead and I'll still respect the foundation of the music. You know, I can still listen to the music and I still like and enjoy it, but still understand and respect that other culture where it comes from. So there's no mistaking. Just because, just because, I don't know, like let's say I listen to, I don't know, like Japanese music, and and the whole entire genre, let's just say it's dominated from like dominated by Black listeners. Does that mean it's Black people's music? No, because the foundation of the music still comes from Japan. Mm-hmm. Nobody could take that away. I mean, well, take that back. They can, and it has been done. But that's why it's important to know and understand the history, so that can't happen. So nobody could just come in and just try to rob somebody's history, another culture's history and legacy, and be culture vultures, and then rewrite history to make it into their own image. I mean, that's why it's very important to understand what the music is and what the music comes from. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. To understand the history and understand that, yes, rap comes from Black culture and it is Black people's music. And rightfully so. Not saying that other people can't be part of it, not saying other people can't be in it, not saying that the consumers, like for example, like hip hop, the biggest consumer is white. Does not mean it's wrong or it's demonized, but you cannot and you should not allow, any culture should not allow their form of music or entertainment be taken away from somebody else. Mm-hmm. Make sure that respect and that purity.
I just say you should do a little more research on it. I'm just saying.
All right, fair enough.